I've been looking for an apartment, but I have horrible credit. Cosigning.com helps you get a cosigner that helps you out to get your dream apartment. Don't let your horrible credit get you down. Cosigning.com has changed the game. I got a cosigner quick and easy. I couldn't have asked for a better service.
You know, slowly but surely, I'm starting to understand the benefits of TikTok. It's like this. I never, mess with it. My first day, I had a video that got like 100 million views the first day of lockdown, and they kicked me off of TikTok. That was my first day. This was back in like 2020. I never got back on here, but it's crazy that like I said, I never got on here, never got back on, and I kind of just wrote it off. I had no idea this place was like a treasure trove of just unlimited content from people that just post random videos on social media, and you can just get on here and you can comment on the videos, you can talk about them, and it's literally just a treasure trove of information, you know, men and women and different people that are just on here talking and saying the wildest things. So this is a video I came across. Figure let's give her a listen, shall we?
So fucking tired of getting hurt. I'm so fucking tired of men lying and then calling it honesty. I'm so tired of men pretending like they want to be in a relationship with you and literally pretend and act like they're in a relationship with you just for them to turn around weeks later and say they don't want a relationship with you. So what the fuck were you doing the entire time? Were we playing?
I can answer that. We were getting to know you. After we got to know you, we realized that we do not fucking like you. Yes, you might be pretty. That's all we knew when we saw you, was that you were pretty. You had a nice little shape. We're looking at you wondering, I wonder how long before she gets big. So I need to meet her mother. Is her mother overweight and heavy? What kind of genetics does she have? What if we have kids? That's what men are thinking in our heads. It depends on if we've been drinking when we meet you. We might be thinking about sex also. However, once we have post-nut clarity, the sex is over. Now we have to analyze your conversation. Are you easy to talk to? Do you talk too much? Are you a liberal? Did you vote Democrat? We look for any indications that you have mental illness. And those are things that literally let us know that this person's a walking psychopath. I better not let her come to my house, because the next time she comes over, she might not want to leave. She might make a scene when I don't want to be with her. A lot of these women are mentally unstable due to the fact that their minds are poisoned by social media. So they have this entitlement. They get a lot of followers and a lot of likes, and they think those are actually real other men who are interested in being with them. So their perceived value of themselves is a lot higher than it is in reality. So that's why they don't take rejection well, because they feel like they're doing you a favor in the first place. Little mama, let me tell you, you're doing nobody a favor. He met you. The sex was probably mid to whack. He got to know you as a person. He realized you're a fucked up person with a bad attitude, and he doesn't want to deal with it. Imagine being with a woman that you know, once you guys have issues, she's going to run to social media and badmouth you and shit on you and talk bad about you. Think about it. If you waste too much time with her, your friends and family might start to follow her on social media, to the point that if they see you with another woman in a few months, they're going to ask, oh, what happened to such and such? I am a victim of that. My family is notorious for bringing up my exes, and they know my lifestyle. They know I have multiple girlfriends, and they'll still bring up that one girlfriend from before, just because a lot of them, it's the women in my family are assholes, and they want to throw a monkey wrench in my program. Again, nobody owes you anything. If we like you at first, we're not pretending. But then if you rub us the wrong way, we're going to ditch you, and then you're going to be mad. But you got to think about it. What did you do to run him off? You can never say you were perfect. Everyone wants to pretend they were perfect. Nobody is perfect. Nobody, especially not you, just because you think you're cute. And you are kind of cute, but you're probably a little bit older too now. You know, probably mid to late 20s. You're out of that whole let me meet you, get you pregnant, and have kids with. The baggage, even if you don't have any kids, the baggage of the time is with you. Your experience is baggage. You're getting a little bit too old. Really, a lot of men aren't going to settle for you. And then you don't want to settle for a man who you think's not at the top. So that's why you're going to be running around single. You're going to be in a single limbo for a long time. And I think you should get used to that. So Rico is here, the single boyfriend. I'm here to explain this to you. Let's continue.
Playing pretend? How old are we? I thought we stopped playing pretend when we turned like 9.
Oh, by the way, her name is Lindsay X Worth on TikTok. So follow her. I like to make sure I, shout out the people who I'm using their videos.
Why are we still doing it? Why are you a little boy in a man's body? Why have you?
Whoa. Could you imagine what kind of sucker you would be to get into a relationship with her, knowing that soon as you do something she doesn't like, or you don't do what she wants, you know the insult she's going to have for you. She's going to call you a little boy. And you might be tempted to show her what a left hook from a little boy could do. But then you catch yourself because you don't want any trouble. And then she will be able to ride that victimhood. She'll be able to ride that victimhood source out for the rest of her life. She'll be bringing up that one time back in 2023 that she caught a left hook from her ex. And now, 50 years later, she's still traumatized by it. Don't ever fall into it. The best thing to do is what all the other men do after they screw her a couple of times. Drop that ninja smoke like Darkwing Duck and vanish from her life.
Not matured yet. Why do I have to be disappointed and feel like a fool every fucking time? I'm so tired.
Disappointed means you had expectations. Who the fuck are you to give me expectations? Who are you to tell me what you're expecting of me? You're not the prize. I'm the man. I'm the one that's rare. I'm the one that you're looking for my favor. I control marriage. You control sex. Which one is more important? Marriage. But then again, men are smarting. We're becoming smarter. But what are the benefits of marriage for a man right now? Zero. And every woman you call yourself wanting to marry, you got to understand she's going to eventually sue you. Soon as you piss her off, soon as you do something she doesn't think that she wants you to do, or as soon as she meets as soon as she starts to have feelings for her personal trainer, there's a million different reasons why she might not like you all of a sudden. But just understand that time is going to come. She's going to sue you. Why would you now? Tiger Woods' ex-girlfriend tried to sue him, but guess what? They're not married. So well, guess what Tiger told her? Get the fuck out of my house, kiss my ass, and I'm not giving you nothing. She tried to sue him for millions because they were together for 6 months and he didn't put a ring on her finger and marry her. Lady, I don't got to enter into a contract with somebody I don't want to. Go to hell. This woman right here, her sense of entitlement, you'll be the biggest sucker. But you know what? A sucker is born every day. So maybe she might find somebody that will, she'll be able to finesse into it, but she doesn't have much time. And then also she's exposing who she really is on the internet. Anybody who's remotely interested in her, if they see these videos, they're going to leave her alone. She's drawing way too much attention on herself, and she's literally snitching on herself, letting everyone know she's not a viable candidate for a relationship or for a marriage, and let alone having kids. Oh my God. There's no way. She should retire on day one. That's why nobody's in a hurry to give her any kids.
Because from what I've also learned about guys is that they know right away. They know pretty early on if they see it with you or they don't, and they're not going to waste their fucking time.
She literally just explained why these men are ditching her. She just said we men know early on. She didn't say we know instantly or after the first day. No, we know after the first time we have sex. We know after the first conversation, after the first time we have sex. Then we decide that we really, is the juice worth the squeeze? Can I tolerate her just long enough to have sex with her at least one more time? Or is she so goddamn insufferable that I can't take it anymore? And then we have to make that decision. She just said, guys, she understands how this works. We know early on. And what is she saying guys are doing? They're ditching her early on. It's not men. It's not society. It's not being little boys. Baby, it's you. It's you. You're having the same problem on everybody. It's you. What did they say? You get kicked out of every country? Maybe it's not every country. It's you. If you say everybody hates you in the country because of racism, maybe it's not the country. Maybe it's you. If every relationship you've ever been in fails and everybody ditches you, maybe it's you. And not even how you pick men. You might pick good guys. You're just not a good woman. You're not a good person. What's good about you? Oh, you know how to get dressed. You know how to pay your own bills. Well, who else is going to pay them? You're an adult. And men and women are equal. You're not an invalid. That's why, God willing, these laws are going to change soon. You know, a lot of these laws about marriage and divorce and child support were created back in the 30s when women couldn't work, women couldn't vote, and women had no rights. The husband would die, and, you know, or if the husband leaves, they still needs to be money because the woman cannot work. We're in the age of our Lord, 2025. Women are men. Women can do whatever men do, right? Well, then if we divorce, you can pay for yourself to live. You can pay for your kid. I'll pay for our kid. I should not have to pay you for child support. I should not have to pay for your lifestyle with alimony. You can go work. Common sense politicians and common sense law will understand that, and a balance will be restored. And I think that time is coming. There's too many men complaining, and there's too many men abstaining from marriage and having kids. So what that means is that your society becomes weaker. Strong families is what built the country to where it is today. But the country is literally being dissolved because men are no longer want to get married, and men no longer are having children with these women on purpose. You know it's not on purpose because he won't have more than one with her. You see a lot of these women running around with just one kid. That means nobody was like, you know what, she's a good woman. I want to keep having children with her and be with her. They don't. And that's a dead giveaway right there too. But you know what? I digress. Let's continue.
If they don't see it, right? And I'm not talking about like just keeping you around, kind of breadcrumbing you just to like be able to get into your pants so that, you know, you go out on a night out so that they can.
That's literally one of the only two things you're good for. You're good for maybe making some food for him, and then you're good for sex. The average American man does not need anything more than that from a woman anymore, because it's, for one thing, it's too dangerous to date you guys. You guys will literally cost a man a lot of money. You'll make up lies and call yourself a victim. You'll get him in a lot of situations. You'll run up a lot of bills, and you just become an invalid. You don't want to work. You don't want to pay half the bills. But the women who do, they end up getting married and get into relationships. This woman seems like she's a liability. She's basically an old child that a man wants to have sex with. And men don't want to have sex with children. They want to have sex with women. So if you're childlike, where I got to do everything for you, and you cry if you don't get your way, you're a fucking child. You won't take accountability for anything. She's 100% blaming everything else. Nothing about this conversation is her taking accountability for herself and saying, well, I was wrong about this. I could have done this better. Zero self-improvement. And she's the norm. She's the exception. She's the rule. The exception are those few women, you know, few and far in between, that says, you know what? I messed up. I did this. I did that. I could have been better. I should have went and worked out. I should have listened. I should have cooked more. I should have been more supportive. Hindsight is 2020. But she hasn't even reached that point yet. And she's wondering why everybody's just hitting it and quitting it. And then past a certain point of men that hit it and quit it, after a man figures out that a lot of dudes have ran through you, he doesn't want that. He doesn't want that baggage. He's going to leave you alone anyway. Because really, if you think about it, if these women are being flown out, because, you know, we're in the age of social media, a guy can see a girl that's pretty and be like, oh, let me send her a message. Maybe she want to get flued out. Okay. You fly her out. And then what? When she gets there, you guys have sex. Okay, let's think about it. A 304 is walking on the blade. How many men is she going to meet? Okay, a really pretty woman on Instagram. How many men is she going to meet? And you start thinking about it, by the age of 25, 26, you're kind of neck and neck with experience in different men. So, and that disqualifies them. That's why a lot of men nowadays are just not getting married in America, not marrying American women, and they have passports and they're just flying to other countries. We literally have to.
Text you at 2 a.m. and you come over. I'm just saying, like, I've gone through enough, I've been through enough that, like, I know the difference. I can usually spot the difference. I'm talking about guys that are coming over, cooking me dinner, hanging out multiple times a week, going on dates, paying for things. I'm meeting their friends, they're meeting my friends. Like, very much dating, right? So you can do all of the long-term relationship-y things with me, but then turn around and say you don't see the long-term relationship with me. Everyone's like, oh my God, Lindsay, how do you deal with heartache? How do you deal with like getting rejected and getting your feelings hurt? I like don't handle it well, but the more it happens, the better I become at just like fucking letting it go.
Not letting it go. She's just getting better at fucking, and she's thinking that's what's going to keep a man. If you're an escort, really good sex is going to keep a man. If you're looking for somebody to be in a relationship, men will stay with women who the sex is horrible, but she's a good woman. She caters to him. She looks, she takes care of him. If you're only good at taking care of yourself, that doesn't mean you're a good woman. I'm not going to give you cookies because you went and bought your own clothes and you pay your own car note. That doesn't mean shit to me. That doesn't show me that you're good at taking care of me. It shows me you're good at taking care of you, which does me like, I don't know, like zero good. It does nothing for me. But she's good at fucking. And that's pretty much all she needs to be good at, especially if you have looks. And you will be able to sucker a man into being with you. But as far as marrying a known headache, you can already imagine this woman suing you for alimony and child support. You can already imagine her dragging your name through the mud on social media and pretending that you were the most horrible person in the history of the world. That's the beauty of fucking social media. You can see the future. You can see what's really going on with these women, what's going on in their head, and you can decide to go the other way. That's why I promote, I'm red pill, but I promote MGTOW, men going their own way. Because if you go her way, you're going into a trap. And by the time you want to go your own way, you have an $800 alimony and two $400 child support payments. You're only making $3,000 a month. Over half your income is going towards a woman and kids that you don't even live with no more. And you're not even having sex with her no more. You can only see the kids sometime because you weren't proactive when it came to going to court because you got to pay a lawyer. And can you afford it? You got to think about these things in advance. I think a lot of men are, and we're abstaining from dealing with these women. And what she's bumping into is just fuckboys. Guys like me who are going to come into your life, be nice to you. We're going to sleep with you. And then we're going to kind of we're doing our own thing. We're not trying to move in with you. We don't want you to move in with us. You take care of you. I take care of me. We're really just really, really good friends because you're really not good for much else. You're a friend.
Always turn it around and be like, okay, well, what happened and why me and what did I do wrong and why didn't he like me? Now, there's no rhyme or reason. I've literally learned that it is nothing to do with me. And that's not to say I'm perfect. That's not to say that, like...
That's exactly what you're saying when you say it's nothing to do with me.
Everyone has to like me, but it doesn't matter, honestly, what they tell me. It doesn't make it any better. So asking them, like, what went wrong, save yourself the fucking time. Save yourself the text message. Save yourself. They're gonna lie. You're never gonna get the real truth. It sucks to get excited about someone and to really put your time and energy and for it to be reciprocated and for it to be going well and then for it to be taken away from you without you understanding and without getting any type of like good reason. Because most likely it has nothing to do with you. Because honestly, I think he could see a long-term relationship with me because he wouldn't have done all that shit if he couldn't have.
He wouldn't have done all that what? Taking you out for dinner, taking you out for drinks so that he can have sex with you? Lady, you know how much more we would do for sex than just that? Shit, man. Once upon a time, I would have drove from LA to Miami if she looks good enough and I really wanted to have sex with her that bad. Men will move mountains. Men have went to war just for the favor of women to have sex with them. But again, we're in 2025 now. It's not that serious and it doesn't cost that much. Again, you're wasting a lot of money and time having sex with just one woman when you could divide that money up and have sex with as many different beautiful women than you want to, and you don't got to worry about somebody suing you or pretending to be a victim or trolling you, or you got to keep your distance from these women. Look at what they do. That's why I say I'll be honest with you. I didn't like TikTok. I don't like all this Democrat bullshit. And I don't like all the anti-American, anti-Trump, pro-victim, trans, gay bullshit. That stuff's horrible. But this right here, this is a amazing treasure trove of content from just women. It kind of reminds me of Libs of TikTok. She goes to TikTok and finds all the trans and gay stuff and shows it to regular people because we would never know it was there because we don't come over here. I would have never known about these videos had I not accidentally got on TikTok because my ex-girlfriend's on here and she's like, Rico, you got to do a video. You got to do a live. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not getting on TikTok. They kicked me off years ago. And she got me on here now. And, you know, I go to her page and, you know, she says a lot of weird shit too. Like, I don't know. She's one of those FBA people completely obsessed with being black, even though she's like the same color as this girl. I don't know. It's weird, but she still looks good, you know, and she's my ex and that's my folks. But yeah, this TikTok place it's a weird echo chamber, but I'm looking through her comments and there's nobody telling her, hey, you need to be accountable for yourself. People are saying, yeah, this happened to me. It's like this reinforcement of your own bullshit. It means you're never going to grow. There's no constructive criticism from any of these people in the comments. They're all literally just going along to get along, which is insane to me because how are you going to ever correct your behavior if everybody's affirming it? Like literally anything goes. And I think that it's just different than TikTok. I mean, it's different than Twitter. It's different than Instagram. It's different than Facebook because it's crazy, but you just can't talk about certain things on here or they'll ban you. I can't have a political conversation on here. They'll ban you. I can't post anything too political because they'll flag it and ban it. It's crazy. But I can talk about relationship stuff. So, you know, here we are.
And something that he needs to deal with within himself. Either one, he's not ready for a long-term relationship, period. Not because it's with you, with anyone. And maybe you're the first girl that he actually started to see and feel a long-term relationship with, and he panicked. He freaked out. He had put his foot in the water, and he panicked and got cold feet and basically blamed it on you. When in reality, he might have some unhealed trauma, isn't over his ex-girlfriend, is stressed out. Like, you never fucking know, but most of the time, the guy is not going to take the responsibility or take the time to probably self-reflect and deep dive into why he can't see a relationship.
And look who's fucking talking. Look who's talking. If this short part of her rant is not the Kello calling the skillet black as fuck, then I don't know what is. I have no idea. And it's weird. I paused the video on her making this crazy. I paused it. I should screenshot this because I paused the video on her making this face. This should be my profile picture, actually. Let me see here. Print screen. Yeah, let me see here. This right here might be Rico's profile picture coming up because this is insane. This is crazy.
With you when you guys get along like a house on fire, and you probably won't find someone that he gets along better with in a while, and maybe he'll figure it out later and and be like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have done that. But by that point, it's gonna be too fucking late. So I can sit.
Too late for what? Too late to have to spend all my money on you, listen to you, and put up with your nonsense so that you can have some kids for me. You know, it's crazy. I spent most of my adult life thinking that women wanted to have kids. It's not the women. These women can't stand these kids. These women use kids to get money out of men. Really, it's the men who get these women pregnant because they want to have children with them. And now that the tables have been reversed, these women don't know how to take it.
Here, boo-hoo, and being sad, and trying to hope that he figures out what he lost, or just understand that the person that you're meant to be with won't fucking let you go and will realize how special.
Lady, there's nobody meant to be with you. That's a fallacy. Men know that because we're the ones who have to pay for that. Nobody is meant to be with you. There's nobody coming that's like, oh, I need her. What good are you to anybody but yourself? Nothing.
The person in front of them is and won't do shit like this. I'm so fucking tired of being disappointed by men. I'm so fucking tired of.
Well, get some rest. If you're tired, get some goddamn rest, okay? Do me a favor, like and subscribe, share the video. This is the Single Boyfriend on YouTube or on X and on TikTok, the Single Boyfriend. I'll be back on with some more commentary. There's just unlimited videos, so I'm gonna make some more. But I just had to post this one. do me a favor. Like I said, like and subscribe, share the video. If you have some comments or you agree or disagree, go ahead and talk to me. I'm open to any kind of debates at any time. I've been on TikTok live doing debates about reparations, about relationships, about the slave trade. I don't know why. All these people just want to go back in time. No one's ever talking about the future. It's like, depending on what kind of people you talk to, all they talk about is the past. The darker they are, the further in the past they want to go. The more fair-skinned they are, the more they're talking about current events in the future. It's crazy, but that's just how it goes. So, but I'm open to both. So let me know if you want to talk about something. I'm here. I'm Rico, the single boyfriend. I'll be back shortly.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.